have you ever jammed with some of your fellow coworkers? Because I know, like in Buffy and some others, there's some musicians there. So I didn't.
Yeah, me and James me and Spike he used to come in my trailer and we would just sit there and jam. He gave me one of the coolest things that I've ever gotten at the time. He gave me a cigarette pack. It was like a little cigarette pack that had a speaker built into it, and it was a distortion thing, and you just plug your guitar right into the cigarette pack. And so I would just sit there in my trailer and jam with some distortion out of this little bitty speaker. We used to do that. We used to do that quite a bit, actually. And then me and Dean Devlin, not everybody knows this. Dean Devlin's a big Beatles fan and a very, very talented guitar player. Me and Dean will pick up the guitar and jam on a lot. Yeah.
I think we need to make that happen. James Marsters earlier this weekend surprised the audience with the performance on stage. You had a performance. We need to get you jamming on stage here sometime.
I'm gonna get together with James and see if we can come up with something. Maybe if he comes to Chicago, I'm not sure if he's going. I'm sure he will. Maybe I could bring him in for a song or two on the VIP session.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything or not, but we have a lot of known talent like yourself on tour, James Marsters, that have side projects that are music. Billy Boyd has his own, and we've thought about possibly trying to do a concert of nothing but acts.
I've talked to some people here about that, man. That'd be something fun to put together. You know what I mean?
Now we'll let you guys decide who the headliners are.
I think you just make it a monster jam, and
yeah.
That's a good name for it too.
Monster jam.
And do that. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You and James should have a photo op together. Well, my question
that's a great idea too. I don't know if they don't really do that at Wizard World, do they?
No, we suggested a photo ops. The team there, they decide like the duels and trios and whatnot. I don't know why they haven't done that.
Me and Boreanaz used to do it, but Boreanaz would charge like $8,000. So that only lasted in Chicago that one time. Yeah. I'm like, dude, you can't charge that much. He's like, yeah, okay. Sure as hell, that line went around the corner and down the street. It's Boreanaz, though.
My question is, and forgive me if I mispronounce, Ivanov?
Jeff Ivanoff?
Yeah, if...
They're trying to get, Jeff Ivanoff was something I did kind of based on a friend of mine. It's an in-depth look into the CIA a little bit, you know, a character, it's a made-up character. And I believe, that went away just for a second, but I believe the funding's starting to come back around. I think he's interested in doing that
but
again.
Dean doesn't want you doing your own stunts anymore, so you're going to try.
Who?
Dean says no more Geniacs tell Christian no more of his own stunts.
When did Dean say that? I just had a meeting with Dean. He's going to be talking about how much more I'm fighting this year. True story. He'll tell you guys that, and he throws me in front of a bus. Yeah, Larry?
Hey, Christian, we really enjoy this. This is fantastic. You come out and talk to us like this.
Oh, man, my pleasure.
I really love The Librarians, but there's another series out there that I also love, Warehouse 13. Oh. Any possibility of a crossover? I'd love to see you with Saul again.
Is that still filming?
No.
Oh, okay.
So they're available.
Yeah. I just had dinner with Saul the other night, man, in Los Angeles. He's such a great guy. And then, of course, me and Saul got together and went to Tim's premiere. They had an LA premiere for the first season of his show. So that was fun. We all got to hang out that night. That would be great. I mean, that would be really great. I don't know how it would work, though, because he played, who did he play? Dubinich?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he plays Warehouse 13. It's a good idea. It's a different concept. It might be kind of cool, man. I like it. They've talked about, like, infiltrate. You know, like, a lot of times, it's really fun with these writers that we work with because they're so smart. And I think it was, what was it? It wasn't Suits. It was a different, it was, which one? White Collar. They did a thing to where we talked about some of the stuff that happened on their show on Leverage. Nobody knows it. And then like them, they're like, you know, well, you can't do a bottle job, man. It's like, you know, that takes a week. And on White Collar, they go, I know a team in Boston that did it in an hour. And it was fun to see those shows talk about other shows as if they were real characters. And those are writers that know each other and put that in there. So that's fun. That'd be a good concept, man. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Now, you talked about wanting to work with George Clooney earlier. Is there a project, a property out there that you would love to be a part of? Movie, TV series, anything like that?
Well, once again, I got screwed. You know, I wanted to play Gambit, but I don't even think that was even, you know. But but I pined to do, I don't think it has anything to do with me, but I had some people putting feelers out there to see if I could do a remake this day and age, which I thought would be great with the fights and the CGI of Big Trouble in Little China. And Dean Devlin really got behind it because he knows Kurt Russell very well. A lot of people don't know Dean wrote Stargate. Not the show, but the movie. And so he knows Kurt Russell, and he was like, dude, or we could just remake it and have Kurt be your dad. And we really got, now listen, man, I don't have anything against Dwayne Johnson. He could probably book mine. But, come on, man. So now The Rock is doing Big Trouble in Little China. See, man, it just doesn't make, Kurt Russell's you're never going to be able to, that would be a stretch to even think that you could do better than him. But I channeled a lot of Kurt Russell's stuff in the first season of Leverage, especially as the IT guy, which was right out of the thing where he came in with the phone company. But I really wanted to do that. But God bless The Rock. If he wants to do it, then do it. But it would have been better with Christian Kane.
This might be the only time I've ever heard a crowd be disappointed that The Rock's in something.
He's a good-looking man. Listen, he's gonna do great in that role. He does have some comedy talent, but that role was built for. The remake would have been built for me, man. It's a lot of Elliot stuff I could have put into that role. That would have been like Elliot and Jake Stone put together to play him.
Last bit before we get you back to the show floor, to be able to personally meet a lot of your fans one-on-one, friends and family, excuse me, not fans. One thing I learned about you earlier this weekend is obviously we know that you're a musician, you're an actor, you're a writer, you're a chef now. I didn't realize earlier this weekend you're a gamer as well.
I do. I like to play video games, man. So much that some of you guys saw that. I'll play so much my dog will come take the controller out of my hand. I do.
Game responsibly, take some breaks from time to time.
You want to know what games I play?
Yes.
I don't know if this means anything to you. I'm level 61 right now in Fallout, getting ready to take down the Institute.
Which is actually how you and I bonded the other day, because I'm also level 61 on
That's
that.
right. We had that conversation. That's right. Yeah.
And then James
we're on the same
Marsters.
place. James Marsters finished it at level 50 because we're kind of like we don't want it to end, and I kind of feel like if that
Don't
ends,
spoil it for us, and then he spoiled it for us.
And I was like, man, how many man hours I put into that thing, and he just killed it. It's like reading at the end of that book when she dies. It's great. But yeah, so I just, a funny little thing is I sent a screenshot of a thing I built. If you guys know the game, there's a place called Sanctuary, and I built a big warehouse with all my power armor that's different colors and all that. And I sent it to John Rogers, my boss, who also plays. It's one of my favorite games. And John Rogers texted me back. He was just like, I feel so inadequate. I may have gone too far with the whole thing, but it was good. And I'm just a big Skyrim fan, especially the first one. The last one was a little bit tough to get into just because there was too many jackasses running around on my screen. But I'm first-person shooter. Like when I come home at night after a long day of work, 13, 14-hour days we put on the show. It's really helpful for me to sit down and disappear into another world where it's not me and just my brain just focuses. Yeah.
Have you had a chance to check out the Wizard World Gaming Edition?
We went over there. I fought James Marsters on some weird Japanese game, and killed him. He knows. He'll tell you, man. Of course, both of us had never played it before. They were trying to set it up to where I play James Marsters in Tekken 7. Maybe a little later today.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well, be on the lookout for that. I'm sure they'll have an update for you as soon as we get one. But in the meantime, visit him at the table, go get his photo ops, and meet the man himself. Portland, let's hear for Christian Kane! Can't forget that.